Alright, dentistry, Mr. Wanjin Kim, dentistry.
Hi guys, I'm a little nervous because I'm terrible at public speaking, but I can try. Well, that's the last slide. So, welcome to my clinic. I made this slide second year doing case presentation. So I'm representing dentistry here. My name is Wanjin. So let's go over who I am. My name is Wanjin. Date of birth 1991, December 6th. I came to Canada in 2005, December. I went to Urhage High School in Toronto, North York. And then I came to Western for undergrad, double majoring in cell bio and medical science. So I got an honors specialization in biomedical science. I'm currently a DDS candidate for 2018, so I'm currently a 4th year at Schulich Dentistry. I've lived in London for quite a while. It's my 8th year now. My favorite color is purple, and Western happened to be a purple, so kind of worked out. And I have really, really terrible teeth when I was young, and kind of ironic because I'm going to be a dentist in like 6 months. Okay, so just to give you a little bit of statistics, this is actually the most recent statistics, class of 2020. If you take a look, the applicant pool is around 570 students. So it's a lot of people are applying for dental school, and you can imagine because if you actually go to a biology, first year biology class and ask where do you want to go, you probably want to be like either med school or dental school. So there's a lot of people. Schulich Dentistry only accepts 56 students every year. Portions of male, female doesn't really matter. They sometimes have more females, they sometimes have more males. The average is quite competitive. Especially at Western Schulich Dentistry, they look at the best 2-year GPA or the actual mark, and you can see the class average is 89.7. But you need to have a little bit higher than that just to have like your position in an interview. So my personal GPA was 89.9, around that area, and I was like, I barely got the interview. So it's a really competitive scene. So you need to work hard for that. They also look at the DATs, which is like a MCAT version, a dental version of MCAT, which is it's a lot easier. So you don't really have to study, but you need to do really well in that. So yeah, mostly from Ontario. So why dentistry? This is a really cute picture I found. I thought it was pretty cool. So dentist, they say it's doctor, engineering, and artist. Why? Okay, so when I was in high school, I really wanted to be an astronomist. But I sucked at physics. So I'm like, okay, screw that, scratch that. So next thing I was looking at was obviously doctor, because my parents were like, they're Asian, so like, oh, you need to be a doctor or lawyer, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, I guess I can try going for a doctor. And then I realized I'm really hate hospital settings. Like I just cannot be there. The patients just like they dread me down. Like I was just so scared. So the next thing I was thinking was like, oh, let me try a dentist. I mean, I like to do things with my hands and everything like that. So sure, let's try that. And, ta-da, I'm here, 4th year now in dentistry. That was like 5 years ago. But another reason, probably why most people would prefer dentistry over medicine, no offense, but it's because of the great lifestyle they're gonna have after graduation. So I'm so sorry to Steven or Joseph for to ruin your day, but we dentists actually do quite well after graduation. For example, their average first year salary is quite high. It's above 150,000, and also it's really great job even for females who want to take maternity leave. Because I know a friend who works 2 days a week and is earning 60,000 a year. So it's great lifestyle, and if you want to enjoy a great life, if you want to enjoy a lot of, enjoy your life and do well with life, I guess dentistry is also a position. But at the same time, you also, well, you're obviously going to get called doctor, so that's another huge incentive, I guess. But with dentistry, it's different from med school that you don't have to go through an internship program. Once you graduate, after 4 years, you're done. You cannot practice at any practice in Canada, no matter what. There's only one board exam in Canada. After that, you can even go for a specialty in ortho, endo, or oral surgery. And those, you have to go through 3 or 6 more years of school, but those are actually really, really good. They have really good job markets and they pay you really well as well. So I mean, it's a lie if I say I chose dentistry without thinking about the lifestyle after. I mean, it's pretty good. So now I'm going to talk about the perks of being a dental student. I actually gave this presentation 2 years ago, and I was a second-year student back then. No, maybe second-year student. Yes, second-year student. And I didn't know anything about dental school. Now I'm a 4th year, and I can tell you a bit more about it, and it's not that good. So, first of all, you get to enjoy a comfortable scrubs. At Schulich Dentistry, they give you free scrubs. You get free laundry as well. You pretty much have to wear this every day at school, and it's really, really comfortable. It's like more comfortable than your pajamas. I sometimes want to take it home, but they don't allow me to do that. So, there you go. And this, you actually develop a habit of looking at people's teeth. This is Tom Cruise, and if you guys notice, his teeth are not lined with his face, and that actually bothers me so much now. Whenever I look at it, I'm like, oh my god, that guy's ortho. So, I mean, it's like a personal habit. Like when I meet someone for first time, I say hi, nice to meet you, and I check their occlusion, their color, shape, everything like that. And it's just like it's a habit that you grow. You always do a lot of dental works. This is our class in 1st year. We're actually learning how to scale, which is ironic because we don't do any scaling after we graduate. It's a hygienist's job. But yeah, like dental students, they do a lot of hands-on job, and it's really, really fun. Like you will enjoy it because you get to say make a crown that's like less than smaller than your thumb. You get to drill a hole to find a canal that's like 0.3 millimeters in thickness. So it's really, really like minuscule, like delicate works. But like once you get used to it, you enjoy it. And then like I really enjoyed my work time here. Although I spent a lot of time at school doing a lot of work, I enjoy every hour of it. So there's that. You also can get frozen by your best friend. This is me in 2nd year. We call that a friendship day, where people freeze each other. It's the first time. So my friend there. Never given freezing before, never ever, and that's a real freezing. He was about to give me a freezing and like up here, and I actually could not eat for like 5 hours because he actually hit one of my nerves. So, I mean everything in like medicine. I'm pretty sure I meant everything in medicine as well, but everything is like it's like you're doing it for the first time. When I first extracted a tooth from a really old guy, I was like, just so you know, I did this for. Maybe it's my first time, and he's like, oh, okay, that's fine, and like, at least you gave a freezing before, like, yeah, that's my 2nd time giving you a freezing. So I mean, like, everything's the first time, but I feel like that kind of like notion is really like, it engages me, it gives me an adrenaline rush, like, okay, if I screw up here, I'm done, but if I make it, like, it's gonna feel good, and that's kind of like the feeling that you're gonna have throughout the dental school. Another thing is your Instagram feed gets really weird because I started liking a lot of posts. I'm like, look how cool that like restoration is, and I started liking a lot of posts, and my Instagram is now filled with dentistry. And so whenever I take out my phone, people are like asking like, what are you looking at? And like, oh, it's just dental stuff. It's like I'm not trying to be a nerd, but like it just fills with like gooey stuff. And my Facebook even is like filled with dental stuff. And here are the exam schedules. So that's December. 1st year, if you can count, that's actually 11 exams. 1st year December exam in 3 weeks. And on top of that, you have 3 more practicals. So technically, you have 14 exams in 3 weeks. So it's like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So it's like a hell of a schedule. And that's second year, it gets better, but still like 9 exams. Third year, again, 11 exams. Fourth year, I'm in fourth year now, so I'm happy what I see right here. And also, Schulich Dentistry is really unique because after fourth year, like the first term of fourth year, they don't have any class in second term. So it's to prepare you guys for the board exam in the March. So I'm actually really happy that I went through all those exams. I barely passed some of them. Like I was really this close from writing a supplemental exam, but there you go. So if you're coming to dental school, you have to know that you're going through a lot of courses, and those courses, some of them have practical components, and that means your class starts at 8 and then ends at 5, and then you have 1 hour dinner break, and then from 6 to 10 you're going to practice on your practical stuff. So you go home at 11, so that's like more than 14 to 15 hours at school, and you do that Monday to Friday. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but at the end of the day, you get what you pay for, right? And speaking of payment, this is the tuition. So the first year, take like dying right now because I spent so much, but it's not that bad. But just so you know, the numbers are quite high. And after that, this is me. I was sleeping in class, and they caught me. And this is my friend sleeping in class. So you go through a lot of stress, and I mean, like I said, 8 to 5 to 6 to 10, a lot of work. But at the end of the day, you have a class. It's like you become really close friends. We actually go to each other's weddings. We visit each other in colleges. So because you see these people every day for 14 hours, you actually get to see every bit of them, and then it's like, I mean, I feel like I have now made so many good friends that I can continue to talk to them in the future. They're gonna be my colleagues. I'm gonna be referring my patients. I'm not gonna do any treatments on my mom because I'm gonna be scared. I'm gonna refer my mom to someone else or someone I trust. So these are going to be your colleagues, and I mean, I'm really happy with my class, and yeah, I mean that's what I really love about dental school, I guess. And so final words. This little cartoon that I got, you build a tab and you get a gold crown. All right, so final tips. Enjoy your undergrad life. So when I was an undergrad, first year I studied really hard, really hard. I studied say 7 hours, 8 hours a day after class. But I was I burned out. The second year, my marks dropped because I was just too tired to go on. Then I realized, marks are great, but sometimes you have to enjoy your undergrad. That's the only time you're gonna have so much fun. And that's the only time where your liver's gonna tolerate the alcohol level. So, I can't drink now. I'm dying. So enjoy your undergrad life. And this is an important part. Be unique. So by unique, I don't mean going to interview naked. That's really unique, but it's not gonna help you. By unique, I mean you gotta do stuff that other people are not doing. So clubs are great, but try to look for really unique clubs. For example, I back in the days, radio was really unique. I don't know about now, but I did a Korean radio for 3 years. And when I use that story in an interview, they really enjoy it because not many people have experience doing radio. I have a friend who actually made a pottery club. Who does that? So those kind of stories, the interviewers, what they want is they want people who stands out among other crowds. Everyone in the interview will have same average, same GPA. They're gonna be all B's in that category. So for example, if they ask you a question, give me an example that demonstrates your leadership, and you talk about I was doing a leader in this group activity, and we got an A in this project. Whoa, that's really nice. I'm pretty sure 99% of people did that. But if you say, for example, give an example about like leading a video gaming team. Now that's unique. Like who's gonna talk about video gaming in an interview? I did, and it like happened to be that one of the interviewers were actually like really enjoyed video gaming as well, so it kind of worked out. But those kind of unique things make you stand out among the crowds, and they will know you. And I actually seen the score sheet. And then on the score sheet, usually people have a section where do you recommend this student or not. So that's the most important click. If you get a click there, then you know, regardless of the way you said in the interview, you're gonna get in. So in order to stand out in those sections, you need to do more active stuff. You know, be part of a sports club, like learn how to do archery, like really unique stuff, right? So that's gonna help you in the future, hopefully. Play hard, study harder. Obviously, without the GPA, you won't get the interviews. I know it's undergrads, it's like, it's like a roller coaster ride. But try to stay focused, do your best, go to classes, don't fall asleep like me. If you're gonna fall asleep, record the lecture at least and listen at home. That's what I did. Networking. So this is one of the questions that I get always asked when people are trying to get into dental school. Dental school it's very different from med school that you don't really need a networking. What I mean is that you don't have to go out in social settings and talk to every doctor, every dentist to get into dental school. Dental school is more of an individual thing. You have to do well yourself to get to that interview section. And then you have to show yourself that you are a really outgoing, really unique person among all the competitors. So networking, like I don't want to put too much focus if you are considering dentistry. But at the same time, it's also beneficial if you maybe do a little bit of something that's related to dental school. For example, if you join a pre-dental society, you get access to talk to a lot of dental students. And actually, at the fourth year, we actually do the interviews. So if I know your face, then probably I can give you a little bit more. I shouldn't do it, but I can give you a little bit more points compared to others. So it's like you shouldn't focus too much, but a little bit is always good. This is actually my personal tip. Plan out your timetable and make strategies for your GPA. What this means is that it's impossible. I honestly think it's impossible to get 90 average all 4 years. Like I know some people do it. My brother got a gold medal from Western Medical Science, so he was like really crazy by studying. I know some people can do it, but it's really hard. So what I mean, since Western only looks at the best 2 years, try to focus easy courses, courses that you can do well in certain years, so that you can apply to Western, like to the Schulich Dental School with those years. For example, I make sure that I focus all the easy courses in first and third year. That's why my average was a little bit higher. My second and fourth year, I do them regardless. I kind of like put all the shitty like courses there. So take time making your timetable, plan out, and hopefully it will help you. And don't give up. So the reason why I say this is because, like I said, I have an older brother. He graduated a year earlier than me. He graduated with a gold medal, which means he's #1 in his faculty. But he could not get into Western Dental School for 3 straight years. So it's probably because he didn't do so well in interviews, and his personality is not what the school wanted. But he never gave up, and now he is actually studying dentistry in Case Western in Cleveland. So the moral of the story here is that don't give up. I know it's gonna be really painful. When I graduated, I applied to dental school. I got rejected straight off. But I kept going, and I did 1 more year, and I finally got it off the wait list. So don't give up. Keep trying. It's gonna take 2-3 years for some people, even 4 years some people. But at the end of the day, you will enjoy what you've chosen, and you will enjoy your life after. So don't give up, and there it is. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry, what was that? How important is your?
With your hands.
Oh, okay. So it turns out I have the worst manual dexterity in the whole class. Like I was just terrible. So the Western they used to look at the soap carving skills in DAT, but they don't anymore because they realize that it doesn't really mean anything. So even if your hands are terrible, you'll get better because you are going to be practicing, 6 to 10 every day, and it's going to be your second nature. So don't worry about if your hand skills are bad. But if you hate using your hands, like if you hate making little small things, then I wouldn't really recommend dentistry. Any other questions? Yep.
Just out of curiosity, how important is your marks in the dental school to go into your specialties?
Okay, very good question. Thank you.